Are you ready to play the world's richest game of I Spy? We're about to uncover the outrageous spending habits of football's biggest ballers, from designer shoes to pet tigers. Yeah, really. These players spare no expense when it comes to living the high life. But with great wealth often comes great financial struggle, and some players find themselves in a tough spot once their careers wrap up. Join us as we take a ride through the thrilling ups and downs of football's most extravagant spenders and shed light on the darker side of the game. You may even learn a thing or two about money management, or a lack thereof. Cristiano Ronaldo. The one and only Cristiano Ronaldo. He's known for his lightning-fast footwork, killer goals, and of course, his massive fortune. As one of the highest-paid footballers in the world, Ronaldo isn't afraid to indulge in some serious spending. From flashy cars to designer clothes, his shopping habits are nothing short of extravagant. But is he taking things too far? After all, he reportedly drops £8,000 a month on clothing alone. Now, that's more than some people make in a year. While his Bugatti Chiron is certainly a head-turner, it's one of his latest purchases that has people talking. Ronaldo recently splurged on a watch that matches his prized car. And let's just say, it's not your average timepiece. Covered in diamonds and sapphires, this Jacob & Company creation is worth over $1 million. And if that's not enough bling for you, it even features a miniature replica of the Bugatti Chiron's engine. Talk about taking your love for cars to the next level. George Best. George Best was one of the greatest footballers of all time, but his life off the field was just as legendary. With a mop of dark hair and a playboy lifestyle, Best quickly became a media sensation. But his extravagant lifestyle wasn't all fun and games. Best struggled with alcoholism, womanizing, and gambling, and his personal problems often spilled onto the field. Despite being conscious of his issues, he made light of them, famously saying, "I spent a lot of money on booze, birds, and fast cars. The rest I just squandered." Unfortunately, his addiction eventually took its toll, and he was never able to reach the same level of success he had earlier achieved with United. After retiring from football, Best tried his hand at football analysis, but his personal demons continued to haunt him. He struggled with financial and health problems and ultimately passed away in 2005 at the age of 59 due to complications from a liver transplant. Sadio Mane. Now we're talking about a different kind of legend. Sadio Mane. The Bayern Munich star might earn a jaw-dropping $21 million per year, but he's not one to flaunt his wealth. In fact, he's known for carrying around an old, cracked iPhone. Talk about humble. While some players might spend their money on flashy cars, mansions, and designer clothes, Mane prefers to use his earnings to help the people in his hometown of Bambali, Senegal. You see, Mane has faced adversity in his life. He worked in the field, played barefoot, and lacked an education. But now with his football earnings, he has the power to make a difference. Mane has donated large sums of money to build a public hospital and a secondary school in Bambali. Plus, he sends supplies like jerseys, clothes, and shoes back home, provides financial assistance to working families, and is working on building a post office and establishing a 4G internet connection in the village. But that's not all. Mane's generosity extends beyond his hometown. He also has been known to donate to various charities, including the Nelson Mandela Foundation and a project aimed at providing clean drinking water to the people of Africa. Of course, Mane does indulge in some luxuries. Who wouldn't want to drive a high-end car like a Mercedes G63 or a Bentley Continental GT? But even when he's behind the wheel of a fancy ride, he remains grounded. He's often spotted driving a more modest car when attending prayer at the mosque. Marcus Rashford. At just 25 years old, Rashford is already one of the most recognizable athletes in the world, earning a whopping $30 million and $59 million in value. And while he certainly enjoys the fruits of his labor, owning a $3 million Manchester home with a basketball court and multiple sports cars, like a $400,000 Brabus GT Coupe and a $70,000 Audi RS4, he's also using his wealth and platform to make a real difference in the world. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Rashford raised millions of dollars to feed hungry children and pushed the government to continue providing free school meals, a cause that's near and dear to his heart as he relied on those meals as a child from a poor background. And his efforts haven't gone unnoticed. In 2021, he became the University of Manchester's youngest ever honorary doctorate recipient for his charity work, and was later knighted MBE by Prince William at Windsor Castle. But Rashford's philanthropy extends beyond just feeding children. He's also authored about 4 books, including children's fiction, and works to promote his book club, which donates thousands of books to underprivileged children. Neymar. According to the latest Forbes list, Brazilian football star Neymar is the fourth highest paid athlete in the world, just behind Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, and Mbappe. Neymar's net worth, as estimated by Forbes, includes a whopping $70 million from his PSG salary and bonuses earned between May 2021 and May 2022. On top of that, he earned an additional $25 million from endorsement deals with companies like Puma and Red Bull during the same period. And if that wasn't enough, he also owned some pretty extravagant toys. In 2012, when he was playing for Santos, Neymar purchased a second-hand yacht named after his mother, Nadine, for a cool $8 million. The Azimuth 78 type vessel measures 25 meters in length and features 3 or 4 suites, plush interiors, and comfortable sofas for a luxurious boating experience. However, Forbes reported that it required an annual maintenance expenditure of $120,000 and would depreciate at a rate of 5 to 10% per year. Unfortunately for Neymar, when a Brazilian court ordered the seizure of $42 million of his assets in a tax evasion case, reports suggested that the yacht's value had dropped to around $4 million. But that's not all. Neymar also owns a custom-designed Airbus H145 helicopter that resembles the Batcopter from DC Comics. As a fan of the franchise, he reportedly paid approximately $13 million for the chopper, which features interior styling by Mercedes-Benz. The helicopter made its public debut when Neymar and his Brazilian teammates arrived for practice ahead of the Copa America 2019. It's safe to say that Neymar enjoys the finer things in life, and he's not afraid to spend his hard-earned cash on them. Mario Balotelli. Mario Balotelli, the footballer known just as much for his off-the-field antics as he is for his on-field skills. Despite earning enough money to cover his fines and continue his charitable acts, Balotelli has been known to break club curfews and spend £55,000 to stay at a hotel while his home was being repaired. He's even been caught parking his cars wherever he wants, getting tickets that amounted to $500,000 in fines. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. After signing a $31 million deal with Man City, Balotelli decided to splurge on some seriously expensive cars, a Maserati worth $180,000 and a Bentley Continental GT worth $250,000, which he even had camouflaged. But the cars themselves weren't the problem. It was Balotelli's reckless behavior behind the wheel. He believed that, as a famous footballer, he could do whatever he wanted, even if it meant breaking the law, and eventually he was caught and charged for his actions. Jerome Boateng. Now, we're shining the spotlight on Jerome Boateng, the German defender who's not afraid to drop some serious cash on the finer things in life. In 2019, Boateng decided that his Bentley Mercedes just wasn't flashy enough, so he turned to custom jewelry to make him stand out from the crowd. And who better to call than Gabriel the jeweler? Gabriel showed Jerome the latest custom pieces he had in store, including a $1,000 Audemars custom baguette with a diamond bezel, 3 chains of Cuban links, each filled with diamonds, and a large white gold chain worth $200,000 covered in diamonds. But that's not all. Gabriel even threw in a birthday present for Jerome in the form of a personalized B-Day card that he could wear around his neck. Talk about bling! But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Boateng's spending. He reportedly drops thousands of dollars every time he visits the barber, and he's not afraid to show off his extravagant lifestyle on social media. So we've seen some pretty extravagant lifestyles from these footballers. Are they living the dream, or are they just being reckless with their cash? What's your take on the matter? And more importantly, would you do the same if you were in their shoes? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.